All right, can we agree on this weather forever and not whatever horse shit was going on last week?
Then, now, forever.
Then, now, forever.
Together. That's the new phrase.
Hey, when you're forcibly ousted from the company you've been CEO of for 40 years because of $14.6 million in hush money to women you raped.
Known.
So far. The investigation is ongoing.
Yeah.
Plus $5 million secret dollars to Donald Trump.
Yeah, because you needed to do secret money to Donald Trump. Your wife was fucking working for the campaign.
She was like the secretary of the Small Business Administration.
Yeah.
Something like that? Yeah.
Yeah, noted runner of a very small business,
WWE.
World Wrestling Entertainment, a multi-million-dollar global company, and she's like, I'm going to help this small bakery get off the ground.
As long as they won't make cakes for gay weddings.
As long as they don't support gay weddings.
God
even though the
you.
man she married is a full-on homosexual.
We learned a fun thing about homo today. in Extreme Championship Wrestling in the 1990s.
Which was 50 years ago.
Which was 50 years ago, because we're old. There's the number distant-ish number 3 wrestling promotion, but number 3 nonetheless. And one of their stars was Taz, formerly the Tasmaniac. Yep. He used to spin around in a tornado and yell gibberish, I guess.
Slobber a bunch.
Yeah. But then he got refined and became a shooter.
Yeah. 5'5".
5'5" killing machine.
Killing machine. Just couldn't stop murdering.
Yep.
And showing his penis to minors.
Hey.
But you know what? He's short, so maybe they thought he was also a kid.
Or maybe he knew exactly what he was doing and he was pretending to also be a kid, and he's like, hey, I'm a kid, you're a kid, who's getting hurt?
Hey,
well, you, because I'm 37. But
kids show each other their genitals all the time, so let's just be kids.
Let's be kids is such an ugly phrase when you think about all the subtext. But
I just think about all those times that like playing doctor with other kids, and you just like, you know, play around. That's what Taz wanted to do. He just wanted to play doctor.
Yeah, except
he wanted the little girl to be a doctor, and he wanted her to tell him if it looked big.
and he's a 32-year-old from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But
who's barely not a little person.
He's riding the line.
I want to see I don't think it'll tell me anything, will it?
What? If he's
when he did it?
Oh, I don't know when he did it.
Legal issues.
But he didn't get in a lot of trouble, so it must have been a while ago.
In September 1998.
Good year.
He was arrested on charges of indecent exposure and contributing to the delinquency of a child.
That is my favorite crime.
Yeah.
It's the funniest wording of a crime. Contributing to the delinquency of a minor. You made her a delinquent.
You made her
by showing her your adult penis.
So she was 15.
Good age. Good year. Was she born in 1983? By that math?
Correct.
Good year.
She worked at a salon.
P.S. This is bonus news, guys. This wasn't even planned because we planned so much for the show.
Yeah, because we were so. I mean, at least, hey, we have sort of a run sheet typed out.
We have a format.
She was a 15-year-old girl working at a salon, and he apparently exposed herself to her during a massage.
Oh, that I was gonna say, like a hair salon.
But apparently, the charges were dropped in October 1999.
So nobody got hurt.
So he never actually got in trouble.
Yeah, nor should he have.
Just boys being boys, just kids being kids.
It's salon business.
Let's just be kids.
Let's leave it up to look. I'm against big government.
Yeah,
and I think salons should just handle their business internally. P.S. Is this a hot take? Every libertarian is a libertarian because they're a pedophile.
Oh,
so keep the government out of the children I'm fucking.
Yeah. You do you. I'm going to do me. Church and state separate.
Yeah. And I don't want the roads paved either.
He was 31 at the time. So
Nice.
double her age.
Yeah.
Cool guy.
That checks out.
I like it.
So this fellow, Taz, who was one of the big stars in ECW at that point, but again, it's 90s indie wrestling, so he also made the t-shirts, which I didn't know, actually.
I think maybe I had heard something.
I'd maybe heard and forgotten. But,
like he was in charge of it, but yeah.
But, and one of his great rivals, Sabu, a crazy man from India, a.k.a. Terry Brunk from Detroit, I think.
From Detroit.
His moniker was the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal Sabu, and Taz made him very, very kindly. His own rival a very nice homicidal, suicidal, genocidal t-shirt, but unfortunately it was spelled homicidal. And I am right now going to see if I can find it. It's pretty specific.
Yeah, I don't know. Also,
homicidal,
that could just be urban legend too.
Shirt. Give me something.
It could be urban legend, right?
It could definitely be urban legend, or is that? I can't even read it. It's such a weird font.
Well, it's a white shirt too with small black writing on it.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. But yeah, if anyone
can find a picture of a homicidal shirt.
Yeah, I don't want to spend too much time searching for something that may or may not exist.
Or you don't want it to be on your search history looking up
homicide, which is the killing of homos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the killing of a sacred gay.
No, Scott, you blew it.
I know. The second I said it,
it writes itself.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Okay, let's start again.
Okay, and 3, 2, action. The killing of a sacred queer.
I can't believe it.
Look, it's tough to
be on all the time,
be funny ever.
To be funny nonstop, 24/7, all the time.
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop.
Well, luckily I never start, so it's fine.
Yeah, you figured it out. There's no pressure on you.
I'm gonna run this podcast like a very unfunny, joyless cunt, where I just can't enjoy any humor.
And when someone gets on a good riff, you shut that down.
Cut it off. Nope, we stay on task. Here's the next thing. We're going to the next one. Okay, now the next one, and podcast over, 30 minutes done.
It's Bill O'Reilly's The No Fun Zone. I'm going to crack a Mountain Dew whiteout because I've earned it.
How many you got left? 75?
6.
What are you going to do about it?
I think it's sort of the unofficial countdown to my suicide.
Okay. Or is it just sort of like one of those inevitable things where you know the end is near, so you're like, I'm just going to, you know what, I'm going to enjoy these last 6, and then I'm going to move on to drinking something else.
No, it's like the opposite of that.
Oh, you're not going to start drinking Dr. Pepper Black Cherry Vanilla? Which, if that's a real thing, that's wild, but...
There's Dr.
both.
Pepper Cherry.
There's both.
There's Dr. Pepper Cherry Vanilla. I don't know if there's black involved. There
was black cherry Dr. Pepper. Didn't we have it?
There's dark berry.
Look it up. Oh, maybe I'm thinking dark berry.
You might be thinking dark berry.
Okay, then dark berry vanilla. Put the two together.
I mean, they did the one good Dr. Pepper flavor they ever did, 2006's berries and cream.
Right.
Was delicious.
Look it up. Find it. Buy us some.
Ooh, buy some old berries and cream Dr. Pepper.
It's soda. It's not like it's going bad. What was it going to kill you?
Huh. Here's why I'm just about done with the internet. I'm searching berries and cream.
Yeah.
And the first hit that comes up is berries and cream in brackets TikTok.
Oh god.
Song by Dirk the Dog.
Look it up.
Okay. God damn it.
Bonus news. Oh, I don't care for this.
I hate it already just from the still.
I want to say mean things about girls with bangs, but...
Time for some TikTok via YouTube. Why is it 11 and a half minutes?
TikTok Angel!
And why was this uploaded September 11th, 2021 on the 20th anniversary?
What?
Interesting. I have the audio
output
out to the headphones that are not plugged into the microphone, and I refuse refuse to change it.
Well, I guess
I could do it with the click of one button.
I guess,
and I
finding out.
will not do it. Well, I'm there. I'm
There's
clicking
a lot
through
going
the video.
on here.
Hey, if you want to look up berries and cream,
If you want to look up a bunch of the ugliest women on the internet you've ever seen, this video is 11 minutes of the ugliest women.
Yikes.
With bad bangs, bob cuts, buck teeth, adult braces.
Back to Dr. Pepper. You know, I have a problem with
vaginas.
I have a problem with Invisalign. Mostly the Invis part. Who do you think you're fooling?
Yeah.
I mean, great. Like, wear them. Fix your janky teeth.
Yeah.
But don't pretend
That you're not wearing them?
that I can't see them.
I had to suffer through real braces with no one fucking me for years. I had braces for almost 4 years.
What the... Drew, shut up. Shut your stupid mouth for a minute.
It's still a thing?
Shut up. Dr. Pepper Berries and Cream was a Dr. Pepper flavor released in April 2006, as I recall, as a permanent flavor in the United States under the Soda Fountain Classics line of flavors, whatever. It got discontinued shortly after a few months because only Scott liked it. After 10 plus years, some would argue 16, Keurig Dr. Pepper is... Are Keurig and Dr. Pepper a thing?
They're in bed together?
Decided to bring it back for a limited time in the online Pepper Perks Awards program and was discontinued shortly after the sweepstakes.
Go to eBay, bro.
That's true. Maybe there's a fresh one on eBay.
Go to the Electronic Bay.
I'm going to the Electronic Bay. Holy shit.
What if this whole podcast for today just becomes us buying Dr. Pepper Berries and Cream on Electronic Bay, but we have to bid. There's no buy now, so you got to bid on it. Oh my god!
Okay, so there I see one with the old logo that I remember.
Yeah.
A sealed, unopened, looks like 700 ml bottle for $100 or best offer. I'm gonna see if I can offer $1 for it.
Well, yeah, if nobody's bought it. How long has it been up for? Does it say?
It must say somewhere, you would think, but I don't know. But I'm gonna offer $1 right now. You know what? I'm gonna offer $2 because I'm a gentleman. Review offer. $2. Send. Done.
You have an Electronic Bay account?
I do.
Weird.
Haven't used it much in the last lot of years, but I do have it. I used to sell some tapes on it, and I've bought a few things over the years, but not a lot. So that
name them all. Review your purchase history online right now.
I don't know about
on
that.
The air.
Nothing in 60 days. Anything in 2022? Nope. Anything in 2021? I bought that cool Cincinnati Bengals shirt that was extremely furry and officially licensed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good buy. $20 US. How can you go wrong?
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Okay, so offer has been placed on that. Now, next one down the line is what looks to be a 4 or 6 pack of what looks to be a new logo, exclusive, rare, tasty, limited edition. Yeah, for $250 American, and no or best offer. It is a hard $250. You can buy it now, or you can fuck off.
You can take this or get the fuck off my page.
Should I get it?
I mean, he's making such a strong play on how much it's worth. I think you have to go for it.
The market dictates. That's a lot. I'm Dr. Pepper Berries and Cream Soda Pop Cooler with wheels for only $200, for less than a 4-pack of the drink. And that's like all of it. That's all. There's a bunch of dark berry which you can just get at the store. And, I guess some of the dark berry has Jurassic World Dominion branding on it.
Sick. Oh, yeah,
And
actually,
it's,
that's how I had it.
Extra valuable. Should have kept it.
I hate to be the one to tell you this, but there is a Dr. Pepper dessert topping. The Dr. Pepper
I would try
cherry.
that. I would try that. That's worth a shot.
Dark berry, cherry. Yep, that's it.
That's it.
Amazon, you let me down. Granted, it's Amazon Canada, so there's probably not a lot on there anyways.
No. Amazon Canada sells 4 things.
Yeah. Maple syrup, beaver hats, beaver tails, stuffed beavers.
Yep. It's a good site. I just got a, I should try
Did you have a little axie?
Yeah, I should try to conserve my Mountain Dew White a little better than spilling it all over myself. But now
here
we are.
Quick little side note here.
Oh,
since I mentioned the word, that I never seen a beaver in my life growing up in Canada, which is wild considering we live in Canada.
I saw one on the golf course last month.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
I saw one for the first time at Lost Lagoon like a month ago. And who would have thought that I would see beavers in the middle of downtown Vancouver for the first time in my life?
At the site of Boner from Growing Pains' suicide.
Yes!
Pretty
Mike,
exciting.
Boner's at the door.
Do you think he was reincarnated as a beaver?
Oh, he's one of the 2 beavers there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Do one of the beaver have boner vibes?
Yeah.
Do one of the beavers give you boner vibes?
No.
Oh.
Maybe.
A little bit.
Maybe. I still have never seen a moose. Have you ever seen a moose?
No. I don't think I have.
Not really around here.
Yeah, I know they're huge.
I've seen an elk.
Yeah.
Elk are pretty big.
Elk are big.
I've seen mountain lion, black bear, coyotes, wolves, but never a moose. But they're not really out here.
No,
they're more of the middle and then like all over Quebec and Newfoundland.
And north, too.
And north, too, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the continuation of our Pisley talk and our growler from last week. Someone said something retarded, and now we're going to make fun of them? Okay, go. I like it.
Someone disagreed with Pisley Talk. I don't remember what the context was, but someone said like they looked up Pisley Bears and the opposite of everything you said was true. I don't even, like, what would that even be? They're not bears?
They're not big?
They're not big.
They're smaller?
Yeah.
They're smaller than an average grizzly?
They're the size of a house cat.
Oh, they're a house hippo.
Yeah.
A house Pisley.
Yeah, you got your house Pisleys and your field Pisleys for the. They're bred for different kinds of work. But we can't. I tell you who we can yell at. We can yell at.
But before you say that,
okay,
if we go forward with this and we follow through with this, we have to be very careful about what we say on the rest of the pod.
Oh, why? Because
there's going to be revenge.
Because this particular person has a tendency to clip potential bad things you might say out of context.
Didn't he get you once?
Never.
Too? Okay, so it's
never me.
Fine, I will be.
I'm sure he would to me if I ever said anything bad out of context.
Actually, I'm going to let you say it. I'm going to mute my microphone in protest. That way, I can say whatever I want for the rest of the podcast. You're the one that's going to get in trouble.
I sure would like to fuck that child, Drew Smith, 2022. Clip it up, the glitch. But first, listen to me yell at you. I noticed a comment on the last episode of The Worst Year of Our Lives. Oh, did I mention your list? What are we at? 19 minutes. Tight. You're listening to The Worst Year of Our Lives, a.k.a. The News. I'm Scott. That's Drew. Drew's the one that you'll be clipping out of context, and I'm the one that only says sweet boy things.
Should I unmute my microphone so that people can hear me?
Are you actually muted?
No, I'm unmuted. I was muted before.
Yeah.
So that I could distance myself from getting in trouble.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll work out for you.
Yeah, of course.
Always has. You can find me at Not Scott Henson on Twitter. And you can find Drew yawning.
At Sarin Softblasts.
At Sarin Softblasts.
On the stuff. On the stuff.
On the stuff. Send us all of your money.
Help us get commissions.
Yes. Oh, and thank you so far to our boys, Zach and Brandon. Yeah.
Yep.
I think so.
Zach, for sure. You didn't send me anything about Brandon, so I assume that you're also correct on that.
Yes. Yeah, it was them. So you guys are doing the right thing. Everyone else, pick it up.
You're helping out the cause.
Pick it up. I'm sorry. Do you not want us to get sick furry art commissions? Like what's the holdup, guys? So yeah, you need to fix it. Because we have grand plans and pants to match. So yeah, we need you to step in and get the work done. But first, the glitch. 6 days ago, right after we uploaded the last episode, this episode is borderline unlistenable because of how you guys pronounce Reese's Pieces. Pieces is said normally. Reese's already rhymes with pieces. It's not fucking pieces. It's pieces. Fuck you. Unsubscribed. Did you not get that we were joking? Do you think we... Now, I hope you don't think we say that, but the reason we were doing it is because there is a contingent of people who do it, including, unfortunately, friend of the show, Nick Mullen, who gave us that lovely intro for the news a couple weeks ago. But there's an East Coast USA contingent. Oh, also, other podcast friend of the show, Jason Mantzoukas.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. I think he's the first person I ever heard say it. And then I'm like, oh, this is a thing. Mantzoukas is from Boston. Mullen's from...
And he's a weird Greek.
Mullen is from the DC area and is a weird Irishman. But so I don't know what's going on the mid-northeast Atlantic seaboard. But yeah, guys, PCs is not a word. How did more than one person land on it? Like one dum-dum said it, and the first other human who heard that should have been, hey, retard. Reese's Pieces? So that doubly means that you think REESE is Reese.
Yep.
And that PIECES is Pieces.
Yeah. It's like species.
Now I was born Reese's Pieces interspecies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Harry Potter spell. But
I want to be a peanut butter falcon.
Perfect. Very nice. Stuck the landing. My two loves of wrestling and Down syndrome.
Remember when they let him talk on the Oscars?
And he had to correct Shia LaBeouf.
Well, yeah. What? I mean, Shia is not exactly the brightest. He's not functioning on all cylinders. Although, that being said, I do like Shia a lot.
I love Shia. Shia's awesome. But no, he's got a bad brain.
But also, Oscars. You don't have to be so woke that you let a mentally handicapped guy speak on your live broadcast.
I don't know. We're putting him on Sports Illustrated.
He's up there for 20 seconds, and it took him 4 hours.
Oh, yeah, no. He had a time, but then... Oh, I guess... Maybe I made up in my head that he corrected Shia, but I think Shia ended up saying, like, the name of the movie wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever it was. I don't know.
It was for...
What's his name? Now, do you think if I YouTube
short, I think?
Down syndrome Oscars, I'm going to get that? Or am I going to get its own separate Oscars for movies featuring Down syndrome?
Oh, I love it. Or just all the awards that I Am Sam won.
0?
Yeah. He might have got nominated, though.
He was definitely nominated.
Okay. No, he didn't win, but still.
Okay, let's see what
going a little far.
His name is Zach Gottsagen.
His name is Zac Efron, and he has Down syndrome.
Okay, what do we got here?
Yeah, because Oh, what? Are you allergic to them, Drew?
New voices to be seen and heard without the constraints of budget or permission. I've seen these films and they are beautiful.
And if you haven't seen it, come see it.
Bang. Here.
Oh, it's not the whole clip. Best live action.
It was live action.
Short film.
I think he said he said
short film because he rides the short bus.
Well, because it was the short that was the only movie with name actors in it won, obviously, even though it was the worst short. And I think Shia ended up saying the title of it wrong. Was it like the Man in the Window? Oscar winner, short film window. Is that going to get me there?
The Secret Window.
The Neighbor's Window? Yeah. The Neighbor's Window.
Rear Window.
It was The Neighbor's Window, and Shia said The Neighbor's Widow.
Ah, yeah.
And Lil Downsy was like, Shia, come on. You're making all of us look bad.
You're making us all look retarded.
Shia, honorary retarded.
Yeah.
But Honey Boy's a good movie.
Honey Boy is a very good movie.
As is Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yep. I'm glad they're making a fifth one. Money talks.
That's right, they are.
Money talks, Harrison, you fucking coward.
It'll probably be better than
what?
the fourth one.
Coward of the Week, Harrison Ford.
Okay. I'm into that.
Are we doing a Twitter Creep of the Week? I don't have one loaded up.
I don't either, but I can tell you who it's not. Is Donor.
Don't say his name. It's supposed to keep him anonymous so that nobody gets mad at him.
One of the two people I mentioned. One of the two people I mentioned 30 seconds ago.
If you go alphabetically, he's number.
Yeah, let's call him alphabetically first. Who was worried that when we brought up the Twitter Creep of the Week segment that it would be him, and I said no, never Donors. And but just if you want to be really sure, maybe throw a little something to the commission fund. And he happily did. So everything worked out for everyone, and no Twitter Creep of the Week this week. I can't make any promises for next week, though. Is that blackmail?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it counts.
Just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to make sure I was doing what I wanted.
Your commission money is good for 1 week.
What? Yeah. So yeah, do we get the glitch public apology? I'll expect it before next episode, or heads are gonna roll. And if you want to clip anything that Drew said that's bad, that's fine. You can keep doing that. That's your bread and butter. I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. But yeah, we don't think it's Reese's Pieces. We can read and spell. Also, you spelled Reese's wrong every time you wrote it. You spelled it with a C, not an S. So
that's the name of a person.
Now who has Down syndrome?
Ah, got you.
The glitch. Was the glitch an extra chromosome?
I'm gonna feel really bad if
the glitch has Down syndrome. I don't think.
You don't know.
I don't know. Glitch, send us a picture of yourself holding today's newspaper to prove you don't have Down syndrome.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, show me a picture of you, like, doing long form division.
Show me a picture of your dick. And if it's gigantic, if it's a gigantic monstrosity, I'll know you do have Down syndrome.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Okay, so that's so now now we have the added degree of difficulty of maybe he's a minor, and I just asked a minor to send me his dick. So things firing.
Sucks to suck, Scott.
Things firing on all cylinders. Speaking of firing on all cylinders, how's shit going in Texas?
Oh, well, things are going real great in Texas because a federal judge just allowed minors to open carry in the state. Cool. Because, the problem with Texas was all those 30 and 40-year-old lone wolves that were going to schools and shooting them up.
Yeah, well,
that was the problem. Now, all these high school kids with guns can stop those 40-year-old lone wolves from going to their school with AK-47s and shooting up their classmates that they don't like, that are bullying them. That's going to solve the problem.
Finally, our children can defend themselves.
Finally.
Against other children.
I'm going to never have kids on purpose so that I never have to worry about...
Are you going to have kids by accident?
Well, I can't promise anything. I'm not getting snipped.
Are you getting snapped?
I mean, I'm already snapped.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting snipped. Also, I think it's pretty wild that people would actively have children in the year 2020.
It is a very stupid thing to do.
You can't afford anything. Everybody lives on debt. And then you're going to have a thing that causes debt for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
I would consider kids if I had, I don't know, any form of happy life. Like if I was making like a middle to high six figures, then I would be like, okay, fine. Because now I can comfortably still live my life and I can have kids and they can have like a regular life. But when you're making like, let's say under 60 grand a year, like
what are you having kids for?
50% of that is going directly to your kids. And the other 50% goes to living. Yeah. So then you can't do anything.
Yeah. Now your life is gone.
Now, am I surprised that I don't have any illegitimate kids at this point in my life? Yeah, absolutely.
Because you're not a bag 'em up kind of guy.
I am not a bag 'em up guy. In the past, I've had sex many times with girls I was dating or girls I wasn't dating.
Girls I met that night.
I mean, one story that I randomly hooked up with some girl from Tinder, and she was very adamant about using condoms. But
and
it was
you were very adamant in the opposite direction.
Yeah. Well, no, I knew if I was hooking up with a rando, I had to.
Coward.
It was super late at night. And I was like, well, like, I don't fucking have condoms. Like, who the fuck has condoms in there? They're just like hanging out in their place. So she was like, well, we have to go get them. So there was one 24-hour Shoppers Drug Mart. It's the one at the bottom of the hill by the Dairy Queen that we went to a couple weeks ago.
I know it well.
And we went in, bought condoms, went back, and never opened the box.
Yes.
Never put one on, and still had full-on sex.
And busted raw.
Absolutely. Yeah. 100,000%. And then afterwards was like, oh shit, were we supposed to use condoms? And she was like, no, that's fine. I'm on birth control anyways. I'm like, then what was the condoms for?
You bitch.
I don't care about STIs. I care about babies.
Wasting my time for? Come on.
And then we hooked up again. And then after that time, she never talked to me again. And if you said, what does her face look like? What was her name? Like literally anything about her? Nothing.
Gone.
Couldn't tell you.
And this was what? This was Thursday?
This is tomorrow. No, this was like, I don't know, 12 years ago, maybe.
This was tomorrow.
These are my big Saturday plans.
Big plans. I like it.
No condoms. No condoms.
But if you got condoms, what kind would they be?
Big ones.
Fucking right.
Fucking right.
So babies killing babies. Glitch needs to apologize. Speaking of the other kind of firing on all cylinders, let's see if I've correctly changed to speaker output. But we're gonna let the people at Channel 7 from somewhere tell you about I would argue an unfairly suspended Miami firefighter. Oh, it's probably from Miami, if I was to guess.
Oh. Fallen officer. Hi, Team Sheldon Fox live in Miami with more of this troubling text, Sheldon.
On the hot seat, Jeff, it describes the scenario for an unnamed Miami firefighter who worked at a fire station like this one here in Coconut Grove. We don't yet have his name confirmed, but his written words sure to have people heated.
He says everything, right?
There's serious heat on a Miami firefighter. and it's got nothing to do with being on the job. But for what was texted about the tragic shooting death of Miami-Dade police officer Cesar Echeverri, the fireman texting within a group chat, quote, "Who cares? Another dead cop, probably against gun control. They didn't give a blank when kids were dying in that school shooting. They stood outside. Cops exist for the government to exercise its monopoly on violence. They want the whole world to stop when one of theirs goes down. How many idiots I had to transport with honor guard, their dead bodies from coronavirus, because they all were too stupid to wear masks or get vaccinated. All cops are good for is protecting the rich property owners and the status quo. Everything else is a farce. Expletive, the police."
Based. In case y'all were wondering what the best 911 emergency service is, it's the fucking fire department, and we need to get this motherfucker unsuspended.
This is the real ass dude of the week.
This is the real ass dude of the week. Literally every comment to this on Twitter is George Costanza looking cool smoking. This rules. He didn't say one thing that was incorrect. Where's the lie? He was right. He's the real hero. Like every single comment.
We need to get fucking Doug Stanhope on this shit.
Yes.
So he can raise like $200,000 for this cop or this fireman to get his job back.
It's so good.
Also, I want to know which one of his fellow firemen is a fucking narc.
I was gonna say, clearly the fire department isn't perfect, because you got a narc in your midst, and you need to set him on fire and then not put it out.
I agree.
I know it goes against your instincts.
Yeah, true.
But I assume that's how the fire department takes care of their own.
Yeah.
Is by immolation.
Yeah, absolutely.
His name is Kevin Newcomb.
Oh, sick. Duke Nukem?
Duke, yeah, it's spelled like that too.
Nice.
N-U-K-E apostrophe
Nukem.
Kevin Newcomb. And he had to post an apology on Twitter because everything's lame. But yeah, don't never apologize, Kevin.
But like I grew up in like the most sheltered white suburb in the world. Mm. I never really had to deal with the police ever. Yep. They've done nothing bad to me or anyone I know.
Yeah, me too.
But also, fuck the police.
Yep.
Fuck them.
Yeah, completely agree. Same deal here. I've had zero negative experiences with the police.
That's because there aren't any real police in your neighborhood.
There aren't any real
There's
police.
only the other kind.
There is the other kind. We have the I live in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, so we only have the Hasidic police.
Hasidic police.
who won't let women get divorced.
I want to see what their uniforms look like.
I assume just the regular plus a badge.
Maybe. Yeah. They don't get lapels.
The badge star has 6 sides.
And they have to wear it on their arm on a band.
Yeah, they have a big yellow badge.
Big yellow badge on their arm. And that lets everyone know who's in charge.
They're the police.
That lets everyone know who runs the bank.
Yeah.
Not only am I the chief of police, I'm also the head of the bank.
So yeah, in case you...
But yeah, he absolutely said nothing wrong. He's right.
Everything you said was... Not only was he right, everything he said was awesome.
Yeah. What's the percentage of good police officers? 2%?
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, there's the ones who make, like, TikToks with the kids at school doing a hip-hop dance.
Yeah, or those guys...
And then every other single one is just murdering minorities.
Yeah. I love that even the minority police officers are killing minorities.
Yeah.
Like,
babies killing babies.
Blue lines over any form of non-white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, blue first.
Blue first.
The only color I see is blue.
Yeah. These colors don't run.
Christopher Dorner, American hero. I could do a whole episode on Christopher Dorner.
I think I heard that they're making a movie.
Oh, fuck yes.
I think I saw somewhere that they're...
Guess what I'm looking up right now? Chris Dorner movie. Maybe that was a document. They made something in 2014.
Manifesto for
Dorner Manifesto for Murder. Inspired by actual events, Dorner Manifesto for Murder chronicles the wild chase for rogue ex-LAPD officer Christopher Dorner. But this isn't much of anything. It has yet to get its first rating on IMDb. So
probably because nobody's ever seen it.
Guessing it didn't have a huge distribution.
I wonder where I saw that. I swear to God I saw it.
There's a that's just like a YouTube thing. Dornermovie.com.
Maybe.
What do we think about that?
Is it real?
I hope so. Be a shame if they were leading me astray. Oh, is it the next American Crime Story?
Oh, maybe that's what I heard.
Sick!
Yeah, that's what I heard.
That rocks!
Yeah. Prime Video?
Looks like coming 2022 to Prime Video.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Who's playing Dorner?
Who is playing Dorner?
Sam Richardson. For the love of God,
oh
Sam
my
Richardson.
God, that would be so good! Holy shit! Oh, now literally anything else is going to be disappointing. Oh, but Sam Richardson as Chris Dorner would be
so good.
So good. Okay, so it's American Crime Story, so let's find that. American Crime Story. American Crime Story?
What's a kime? Kime. It is not. It is Rondell Sheridan.
Okay.
You know him.
I know him.
He's like a voice actor guy, and he's a black comedian.
A Blamedian?
It's no Sam, but I'll take it.
Dorner _movie
also
on Twitter
starring,
has 73 followers.
Also starring noted World Wrestling Entertainment former Divas champion Piggy James.
Really? What's she up to?
I don't know, being Cindy Bachman.
Cool.
Of Bachman Turner Overdrive.
No, that's Michelle Bachman.
There's not a lot of, like, big name people in this one.
Nah. I don't know if it's, like, it might be like an American Crime Story offshoot.
Yeah, maybe.
Because American Crime Story, it's on FX.
And, like, you'd think that they're going to get some fucking big name people considering what they've got in the other one.
And like, I feel like the next season is already, I think the next season they were doing Katrina or something. And like, that hasn't even aired yet.
I thought, weren't they going to do a Jean-Benet Ramsey one too? Wasn't that
maybe
a talk?
Yeah, I'm sure it was a talk. Because
what? It's OJ, Versace,
Clinton. And because Katrina was supposed to be before Clinton, but it got delayed because of COVID, and it was easier to finish the Clinton one than the Katrina one,
right?
Because
you can film in all those dungeons and pizza joints and the island.
Those aren't affected by COVID. Those are safe.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think Matthew Broderick was in the Katrina one.
Matthew Broderick. I don't know how he does it.
Night in and night out, just taking one for the team. American Crime Story Katrina is not moving forward as planned.
Oh.
So maybe
they panicked and got Dorner.
Maybe they panicked and got Dorner. All right.
Cast Sam. Change it.
For
now.
real, cast Sam Richardson. That would be sick.
Sam's too black.
Oh, in terms of color.
Yeah.
Not in terms of actions.
No, come on. Scott, come
Well, that's why I was confused by what you said at first. I'm like, Sam Richardson isn't too black for anything.
Sam Richardson in Detroiters is 100% what Sam Richardson is in real life.
Yeah.
Like, a
Detroiters is a documentary.
Yes.
Oh, now I'm real excited about that. Okay, so I'm going to set a series of Google alerts for anything related to this Dorner show. Because that's awesome. If you guys don't know about Chris Dorner, holy shit, do yourselves a favor. Like, the rest of your day just got booked. Because I'm on the Christopher Dorner Shootings and Manhunt Wikipedia. And
and how long is it? Like...
there's
pretty decent.
Yeah, there's enough.
Oh, look at all the articles at the bottom too.
Oh, yeah, there's a million citations.
You're gonna spend days reading about Dorner.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's Here's what I'll tease you with, and then you can do however
Just
much
a tip.
or little research after that you want. Chris Dorner is the best cop of all time.
Yeah. Better than Time Cop. Better than Kindergarten Cop.
Okay, if that isn't a selling point, I don't know what is. He's better than Time Cop.
The list of cops goes Dorner, number 1. Time Cop, number 2. Kindergarten Cop, number 3.
Is there another cop?
Cop Out, 4.
Cop and a half, 5.
And a half, 5. And the dog cop with James Belushi and whatever that fucking cop dog movie is.
Is that K9?
K9.
K9 movie? Yeah, K-9, Belushi, and dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dog, not Belushi.
Yeah.
Dog is number 5.
Yeah. Yeah, Belushi sucks. Who, why am I looking up who played the dog? what am I?
What was the name of the German Shepherd in K9?
What the fuck am I doing?
1990?
89, pretty fucking
89,
close.
okay.
Well, now I've gone down here.
Portrayed by several dogs.
The role of Jerry Lee, though credited in the movie credits as being played by Jerry Lee, was actually played by more than one dog, including backups and stand-ins.
Was it played by the Littlest Hobo?
Oh, I love the Littlest Hobo. That's Canadian, right? No one outside Canada knows that?
I love that dog.
Oh, yeah.
That dog,
Great dog.
For me growing up, love that dog.
Yeah. Number one dog.
Also, one of the best theme songs, intro songs.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I know it's obviously just Willie Nelson, but it's like a cover of Willie Nelson, and it's more kid-friendly.
Yeah, it's On the Road Again, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that, Unsolved Mysteries.
Yes.
Golden Girls, obviously. And obviously Golden Girls. And Perfect Strangers, of course. Those are like the big 4.
all winners, honestly.
Yeah. Nothing like a German Shepherd who's hitchhiking the rails all across Canada while solving very minor crimes.
Yeah.
Like, it was never like anything big.
It was never
solving like a
murder
or like a drug deal.
Yeah.
Or like, it was like,
like a girl lost her doll.
Or like, some guy broke a window and ran away, and then they tracked him down and the cops gave him a citation.
Yeah. Plots ranged from the simple dog helps person stories to secret agent type adventures.
He was a secret agent dog?
Did the hobo go undercover sometimes?
Agent dog. Secret Asian dog. Is he a secret Asian German Shepherd?
Oh, that's some real Axis-y shit.
Was he taken from Germany and raised in feudal Japan so that he could learn the traditions of the samurai?
Are you proposing that the Littlest Hobo is the last samurai?
He's the last samurai.
The last hobo?
but like an imperial Nazi hobo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like a real Attack on Titan vibes.
Yes.
Germany,
looks Japanese.
The perfect synthesis of Germany and Japan.
Looks Japanese, but his name is
Aaron Yeager.
Exclusively German names.
If they blue ball me on another part of the final season, I'm going to lose my mind.
I think they're going to.
They've basically promised that
season 5 part 7
that season 5 part 3 is the final part because they never said at the beginning it's going to be 3 parts. I think they did say it was going to be multiple or 2 parts. So I was okay at the end of part 1, and then part 2's going along, and they said how many episodes part 2 is. So it's getting near the end. I'm like, there's still like a lot that needs to get done in these last 2 episodes, and then none of it got done. And I'm like, is that the fucking end of the show? And they're like, no, part 3 coming 2027.
P.S. We're gonna take another 5 years to finish this.
God damn. I think the source material is done. Like the manga is finished.
Yeah, but I don't think that means anything.
I mean,
it's just loosely based on. It's not 100% accurate.
It's not 100. I think it's accurate-ish. It's more accurate than the live-action movie, which is literally entirely different.
Yes. And remember the whole time we were hoping that one of them was going to be Yano in a diaper? We were just like, please, come on. That would be so funny. It would just be for the 2 of us, and especially because we definitely paid for both these movies.
Yes, we didn't pay for one movie, continue to sit in the theater making eye contact with the staff who was trying to clean up, but was too polite to ask us to leave.
Yeah.
And then just stayed and watched the second
Also,
one.
they probably got paid minimum wage and didn't care.
Which is the correct thing to do when you are paid minimum wage. It is not worth your time. Don't be a fucking hero for minimum wage. Who are you doing it for? Yourself or those fat cats up in their ivory towers?
I think the Cineplex
who can afford
fat
to have
cats.
children.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd have children even if I was rich.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying I 100%
It's just
would,
more
but
likely.
you'd be more inclined.
Certainly more likely, but I still don't think I would. I think at the end of the day, I am too selfish, and I would not want to devote that amount of my time to someone who's not Scott.
Well, you could also just get a very ugly Latina maid who then in 5 years you could have sex with and make a baby.
Sure. And my wife is hot.
Yeah.
But I'm going to cheat on her.
Definitely
hot is strong. Okay, my wife is Skeletor.
Your wife is Skeletor.
My wife is hotter than who I'm cheating on. Who cheating on her with.
Yeah, but that's like a low bar.
I guess.
That's like the Creations Coca-Cola levels. Like this
Dreamworld #1.
Yeah, but only because there hasn't been a better one.
Dreamworld #1 by default. Because the other two are literally poison.
Yes.
Should I give Starlight another try? Maybe I was too hard on Starlight.
Well, I mean, you don't like the taste of space?
I thought I would.
Huh?
I thought I would. When I saw it, I was like, I can't wait for the taste of space in a cola.
No, you were wrong.
And then it tasted like old gingerbread cookies.
Correct.
But Dreamworld is where it's at. If you want, I don't know.
Maybe
who's Dreamworld for? As for the marketing, it's for Gen Z.
That's us.
Absolutely.
That's both of us.
We're late Gen Z. We're almost the next one. We're almost back to Gen AA.
Oh,
I assume that's where we're going. What's the next one?
Gen QAnon.
Okay.
Gen, a letter that we don't know exists because we're too old.
Gen Schwa.
Schwa.
Upside down E.
Gen, whatever the Russian letter is for C.
Oh, yeah, maybe like a backwards.
A backwards and upside down J.
Yeah, I like that. That's fun.
Which I guess is a backwards lowercase r.
Sure, but with a dot.
Yeah, I guess with a dot. Yeah.
Damn.
Is that all our news?
I think that's all our news. I didn't know there was an earlier Littlest Hobo series in the 60s.
Oh. Yeah, I think no, I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, because
I remember watching a lot after school as a kid because my grandparents used to look after me after school, and it was always on.
Yeah.
It was that. It was Samurai Pizza Cats.
Samurai Pizza Cats.
It was Phil Donahue.
Full name. I like it.
Philip Q. Donahue.
Philip QAnon Donahue.
Yeah.
He's alive, right?
Yeah.
But not busy?
I think he's been out of the spotlight since like the late 90s, maybe.
Yeah.
Living a quiet life. I mean, he made a lot of money.
He made a ton of money.
Like,
what are his politics?
I bet they would surprise you.
Phil Donahue.
Libertarian, because he likes to fuck kids.
Politics. He campaigned for Nader in 2000.
Ralph!
What do you think about that?
I like Ralph.
Were you ready for
I
that?
would have voted for Ralph.
Phil Donahue calls Donald Trump era darkest political
Okay.
something.
So maybe he's like
darkest political moment. He is a lefty.
Or some kind of weird between center and left. If he's doing Nader.
I mean, Nader was further left than
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Gore.
I guess that's true.
Yeah.
Well, was Gore even really? I mean, I guess he it seemed like Gore didn't become left until way later. And then he was like,
Gore invented the internet and saved the environment.
No one's paying attention to me. I need to talk about the Earth and get really fat and sad.
Sad fat Gore is best.
Did you? I think I saw there was an interview recently with Matt Stone and Trey Parker, how they regretted that episode because they realized that like they kind of made a mockery of global warming, and
Yeah.
then like a generation sort of grew up also not taking it seriously, and they actually
And
feel
now the
guilty
Earth is on
about
fire.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. Because,
Yeah.
like, you look at some of the stuff that they did in the show, and it's kind of hard to look at it as, like, not mocking libtards.
Yeah.
But, like, ultimately, they're not libtards.
No, like I think they identify as libertarian because they're pedophiles, but
Well, of course.
but
And also because they're rich.
and they're rich. But yeah,
Like, their views, for the most
their
part.
vibe is more left than right. They're just not afraid to call out the left on being gay.
Yeah, you just, like, gotta make fun of both sides.
Yeah.
But the problems is, like, when they're making fun of liberals, like, it almost seems like it's 10 times harder.
Yeah.
That they're making fun of them, like, way more, like they're hurting the left, they're attacking the left to make them feel sad. Whereas, like, the Republicans, they're just sort of like, yeah, you guys are stupid. But they're like, hey, liberals, this is all of you. You are whiny pussies, and no one takes you seriously. I want you to cry. I want to taste your liberal tears.
You gotta own the libs, man.
I'll own some libs.
How many would you own?
Yeah, 2 or 3.
House libs, field libs?
Some that I can have sex with and make babies.
Yep.
But
You can make
secret babies.
half-lib babies.
Secret babies.
Secret half-lib babies.
I'd be a regular
You got it.
Benjamin Franklin.
Close enough. I mean, I'm sure he did.
Yeah, wasn't he?
Jefferson's the famous one.
No, but
for
wasn't Benjamin Franklin
it. He
used
just
to go
loved
to?
whores.
Yeah, okay, but didn't he used to go to Europe and have sex with black whores all the time? Wasn't that sort of a thing?
I don't. Yes to all of that for sure. I can't speak for the black part.
Oh, I thought he was going over there to have sex with black prostitutes because it was like.
Is that the place to go?
Well, I guess 'cause
Europe
it was more
in the 1700s
in France. I think so.
I mean, I go to Spain for the Moors. Certainly.
Sure.
Sorry, the moops.
The moops.
I'm sorry, the card says moops.
That's a typo. The moops.
And with that,
How long are we into this? Did we record too long again and we can't do blowout for a second episode in a row?
that would be me. No, we're inside an hour. Barely.
Okay, well, let's do this.
But let's talk about 1981's
You coward.
blowout. What?
You just commit to it.
1981's blowout.
There you go.
But am I right?
I don't know.
I'm filled with doubt, but it feels about right. InternetMovieDatabase.com. I have to type the whole thing. Oh, okay. Now I'm so stupid. Now I want to see if that gets me there. InternetMovieDatabase.com. Come on. Yes. Redirects to IMDb.
Nice.
They got it.
Smart.
Way to go, IMDb.
They know how old people search the internet.
Yeah, you go to yahoo.com
Yeah.
and type in
Google.
Please find me internetmoviedatabase.com. Please take me to google.com.
Go to Google, type in Bing search,
You got to bang it.
go to Bing.
Blowout. 1981. We're good. So, this is by
Sorry. I did it away from the microphone.
but not away from me. And now I have all your poisons in me, even more so than before.
Funny story, friend of the show and friend in real life, Greg Sage,
Hey.
Gregor Sage, sent me a message that said, he sent me a picture of you and I rubbing foreheads after I was bleeding.
Yep.
And he said, did he delete the message? Oh, no. He said, great. You gave Scott AIDS. And my response was, Greg, you can't get double AIDS. And then he goes, oh, wait, so you guys have FIV and HIV? Can you have those at the same time? Where do you think I got it from, Greg?
We should be the
Anonymous gay sex with men with open sores in their penis. That's what I got it from.
absolutely. Yeah, we should be the first people to get both feline and human immunodeficiency virus.
Yes.
Truly paused up
Paused up.
in all homophones of the word.
From the
homophones.
pause up.
So, blowout starts with tits. Not mad at that.
Starts with tits.
I was about to shit on, because it starts with like a POV shot.
Yeah.
Of a creeping Tom. I would
Creeping Tom
going through like a sorority house and looking.
I'll lock your doors.
You know,
lock your doors. Hide your wife.
Hide your wife. Hide your kids. Obviously,
hide your husbands. They're raping everybody out here.
Yeah, and yeah, he's going through and creeping around. Finds his way back outside, and then like sneaks up on a bitch and stabs her. And I was about to shit on the stabbing for looking super lame and fake before I understood what was happening.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this looks like some bad B movie.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I thought early De Palma was still better than this.
You're like, oh, I thought he was like a competent filmmaker.
Yeah, turns out he is, and this was a horror B movie,
a slasher movie
within the movie.
Yeah, how meta,
very meta. Being made by young, hot John Travolta. And another guy.
What a fucking hunk.
You forget. You forget because he's old, bald, and crazy now.
Yeah.
But like,
I think you missed one, but.
What? Oh, pardon me. Can we take that again? 3, 2, action. Because he's old, bald, gay, and crazy now.
Just a flaming homosexual.
I like that at the most recent Oscars, he gave up on the wig. He was fully bald at the Oscars.
I respect him a lot more just committing to it.
Yeah.
Like the hair plugs were awful. The wig was terrible.
Yeah.
But in this young Travolta,
oh my God,
just like a gorgeous head of hair.
You forget that he used to be so legit
like
handsome.
the butt chin.
Yep, the Kirk Douglas chin.
Like the beautiful eyes, the flowing
great
gorgeous
head of hair. Very sad he lost literally all of it.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, super hunk.
Mm-hmm. So it's him. Is the other guy he's making the movie with anyone of note? No.
And also, like, I mean, I guess we can talk about it more as we go on, but like, he's actually like pretty good in this.
He does good.
Like as an actor, he's not hokey.
Nope.
Because if you think about his later stuff, or even like into the 90s, like a lot of his stuff is really like over the top, like kind of ridiculous. And
he's very often goofy.
Yeah, but like he was
Which is why his only good later role is Hairspray.
Never seen it.
I haven't either.
I refuse to see it because it's a musical.
But I know he plays a fat
unless
woman.
somebody wants to give us $25 to watch Hairspray, which we'll talk.
We will talk.
Also, feel free to do that. Just because we're doing a season where there isn't sending money and requesting movies, you can still send us money and request movies.
You can. In fact,
nothing's stopping you from doing that.
Not at all. In fact, we have one on the docket.
Yeah.
That we'll have to do not next week and probably not the week after, but the one after that.
We're watching Karen again.
We're not
just
watching
for that girl's ass. Whatever her name was.
Pennsatucky?
Candace Cameron.
That was her.
We're going to watch it for Candace Cameron Bure's Christian ass.
I would love to go deep on the Cameron family and just like what's going on there.
Yeah, there's a lot. I don't know.
Kirk. Did Kirk kill Boner? I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe he did.
Who's to say he didn't?
Maybe he thought Boner was a sinner. Maybe he just thought the name Boner was a sin.
Scott, come on.
His
name is Boner. But Boner, who is also the brother-in-law of...
Boner is the brother-in-law of friend of the show, Jimmy Pardo.
Jimmy Pardo.
And...
who is not the son of Don Pardo.
Who is not the son of Don Pardo, but
was the son-in-law of Walter Koenig.
I think son of Walter Koenig.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm saying... Pardo
Jimmy Pardo is the son-in-law of
former Star Trek star...
Chekhov?
Chekhov.
Yeah. Not, it's...
Both Chekhovs are dead. That's horrible.
Oh, God, all the But it's funny.
Anton Yelchin still kind of makes me sad.
Yeah.
It kind of does. Because he was a really good actor, and I really liked him. And the death was
so much potential.
And the death was so preventable.
Yeah.
Like, I hope that his family sued Jeep for billions.
Yeah.
But, man, what a bummer.
Yeah. It's funny that old Chekhov outlived young Chekhov by years.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's what if I just type in boner and see what comes up?
I'm sorry, just boner?
Just boner. Well, it does direct me right to growing pains.
Really?
So, yeah.
Do you have safe search on?
I have safe search on because I'm a good Christian boy.
Yeah.
Man, he's been dead since 2010.
Yeah, because it was pretty early into Never Not Funny, Pardo's podcast.
Yeah.
Because I think he did the camera for the show. Like he was an on mic person on the show until he wasn't.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Until he walked into Lost Lagoon with rocks in his pockets.
It took them 11 days to find his body.
Yeah, he was just missing.
That's wild.
He was I think no note.
Nothing.
No, so maybe Kirk Cameron did kill him.
Very possible. He missed a scheduled flight. Then he hadn't used his cell phone or conducted any banking in 5 days.
Yeah.
So then,
which is strange because his with his ethnic background, he's normally doing a lot of banking.
Yeah. Well, tons. But apparently a group of friends and family had found him dead. He hung himself, it says.
Oh. Then who the fuck walked into Lost Lagoon?
Oh, that's you tomorrow.
Oh, that was tomorrow.
That was tomorrow.
Those are my tomorrow plans. Oh, maybe it was just that guy I went to school with.
What? Okay.
Yeah.
A guy you went to school with filled his pockets with stones and walked into Lost Lagoon.
Yeah.
And died.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I conflated him with Andrew Koenig. Although it was in Vancouver, right?
What?
They
found him dead at Lost Lagoon. He hung himself near Lost Lagoon.
Oh, okay. So I'm not crazy.
Like in the woods somewhere.
Okay, so he hung himself there, and the guy I went to school with drowned himself there.
Well,
We
now,
got it.
hung himself in the woods.
Yeah.
Found by Jake Paul. No, Logan Paul. Found by Logan Paul.
Yep.
Did any gay cruising men suck his dead dick?
Ooh. If
anybody
rigor mortis had set in.
Anybody who's listening to the podcast and is curious, Stanley Park is a noted worldwide gay cruising spot.
A destination spot.
A destination gay cruising spot. So if you were ever, let's say you come to visit Vancouver and you tell Scott and I that you're coming and we both decide we don't actually want to hang out with you, and then you just do like a tour of the city by yourself and you're like, hey, there's this huge park in the middle of the city. I'm just going to go for a walk.
Yep.
And if you go through the park and you just see a bunch of men like deeper into the woods, kind of like walking around like Sasquatch, they're probably looking to get up to some homosexual activity.
Yeah, don't be afraid. They just want to fuck.
They just are looking for some mouth to penis release
MTP.
before they go home to their hedgehog of a wife. Because from what I understand, it's the majority of them are straight men. That like gay men don't do the cruising. It's the married straight men in quotations that are doing the cruising.
Yes,
because gay men can just get it.
They don't. Yeah,
they don't need to anonymously.
You don't need to go to. You don't. Yeah, you don't need to hide in the bushes.
Yeah, you don't need to like make a fake Grindr account and then go hide under a bridge.
Yeah, you make a real Grindr account and it lights up like the Aurora Borealis in 4 seconds after creating the account, and then you go to someone's house and fuck like a gentleman.
Yeah, some skin-to-skin contact, which we'll get to next week.
We'll talk about skin-to-skin contact, don't worry.
So, back to Travolta being a hunk.
Yes.
So, it's revealed that he's a sound editor for film.
Which is what Brian De Palma started as?
He started as sound design and sound mixing, and then I believe he did production design.
Okay.
I think he was doing set deck or something, and then
your wheelhouse.
Yeah, sort of. And then just sort of like worked his way up towards being
awesome
the
director.
best director.
The best director.
Ultimate fight between him and Michael Mann. I don't know who wins, but they both got their own cool signature stuff.
Yep, and they're both white men.
And they're both, well, I mean, De Palma's like, some kind of
true.
Mediterranean.
I have definitely made claims that white stops at Switzerland.
But like northern Switzerland.
Yeah.
Because once you get south, you're touching some olives.
You never want to touch those
never
olives.
want to touch an olive. So yeah, he's doing some sound editing, and there's like the guy does a stabbing in a shower.
Yeah.
And the girl does like this very bad, terrible scream. And they're like giving Travolta shit for how bad it is.
And he's like,
you hired her.
I'm not in charge of this, how the scream goes.
Yeah.
I'm here to record whatever happens.
Like,
and I did that, asshole.
You hired her.
You hired this
She's
dumb
awful.
bitch who can't scream.
Yeah, like, what do you want from me?
Yeah. I don't understand how that's Travolta's fault.
It's not, but this guy's an asshole.
I would argue that nothing is Travolta's fault. In life.
In life?
In his career.
No. Did he
Scientology made him gay.
Did he give his wife breast cancer? I don't think so.
Yeah. Did he
Yeah, I know where you're going. Do it. Follow through.
Did he name his child men's assholes after his favorite thing?
Did he cause his son to die at an early age of onset juvenile diabetes? I don't know, whatever he had. He didn't kill himself, did he?
No. Did
he have something?
Did he? Because John Travolta liked jets, which is why he named his kid Jet. Second choice men's assholes.
No. First choice.
First choice, and then what? Kelly Preston stepped in and was like, no. We're not raising men's assholes Travolta Preston.
It just says that he had a history of seizures, and he had one, and he had Kawasaki disease.
Oh, he thinks he's turning Japanese.
Yeah. He's got dirty knees, and he wants you to look at these. It's a form of vasculitis, where blood vessels become inflamed throughout the body. You get a high fever and if it lasts for more than 5 days, it can affect your lymph nodes in the neck. You get a rash in the genital area, lips, palms, soles of the feet, and red eyes. If not treated properly, the skin from the hands and feet can peel. Oh, that sounds terrible. I'm going to stop reading it out loud.
It sounds
Anyways,
bad.
that's how his son died.
It sounds like it sucks.
He got seizures brought on by Kawasaki's disease.
I thought it was because Travolta playing so much, he used his connections to get his kid a pilot's license at age 4, and then the kid crashed the plane.
Crashed the plane on Little St. James and then got kidnapped.
Ooh. Now that's a movie. I'd watch that instead of Dorner, and I like Dorner. So... That's an American crime story.
Travolta is a guy who's very obsessed with... he's very good at his job.
Yes.
But he's working on, garbage. He's working on
doing
shit films.
B-horror movies.
Which comes up later...
Go ahead.
It comes up later about why he doesn't work on better things.
Yes.
And he just sort of says, it's more creative to have to try and make, the shitty things good than working on things that are already good and I'm just a piece of that good thing.
Yeah. What I was going to say is they mentioned a couple other B-horror movies they had done.
Yes. With some really funny titles.
They're funny titles, but one of them was Bordello of Blood.
Bordello of Blood.
So is that...
Way before.
Yeah, 15 years before. So is 1996 Dennis Miller vehicle Bordello of Blood a reference to this?
I don't know, actually. That's pretty funny.
Right?
I did not think about that.
Yeah.
Let me IMDb. Let me Internet Database mask. I was trying to reverse it. I couldn't do it.
Oh, no. Good. Yeah, good luck with that.
Okay. Bordello is, you know what? Bordello of Blood, not very good.
Yeah, it's almost like Dennis Miller shouldn't star in movies.
It's almost as if Dennis Miller shouldn't have known that 9/11 happened.
Ah, it'd be so nice.
But the other one is Demon Knight. That one's really good.
Yes.
Fucking Billy Zane, man.
Yeah.
Let's see what we got here.
Did you know? Yeah, it was originally intended to be the second installment in the trilogy of Tales from the Crypt movies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Not seeing anything specifically about a reference to it, but there is a fun quote from Dennis Miller as Rafe Gutman to a she-vampire. I'd rather crazy glue my dick to the bullet train than fuck you.
The original script by Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis,
Bobby Z,
was in development hell for so long that a reference to it appears in Brian De Palma's 1981 film Blowout, in which Travolta's character Jack, while talking to a movie director, says they worked together on a movie called Bordello of Blood, which wasn't the title of an existing movie until 15 years later when Bob Zemeckis produced the film. So they had obviously been working on it since
development before Blowout.
Before 80, if you film the movie a year out. That's crazy.
Wowzers.
Yeah.
I was not expecting that. That's crazy.
That's very cool.
Holy shit. Amazing.
Bob Gale and Bob Zemeckis first wrote a version of the script in the 1970s, right after they attended USC Film School, long before the inception of Tales from the Crypt. The script is what they presented in their first meeting with the producers, who passed on it and instead hired them to write 1941, the comedy Belushi movie thing.
The not very funny.
Very funny. There you go.
Huh.
That's pretty sick.
I'll be goddamn.
Didn't know that.
Robert Zemeckis, director of upcoming Disney's live-action Pinocchio.
Yeah, but it's not going to be the good Pinocchio.
It's not, but based on the first trailer of Disney's...
No good TF?
Based on the first trailer of Disney's live-action Pinocchio, there were no references to Pleasure Island, period, and the TF community was up in arms.
Well, I wonder why they're not going to mention an island and the word pleasure,
an island full of children
involving children
called Pleasure Island, but in trailer number 2, boom, there it is.
Really?
It's happening.
Is there TF?
There's Pleasure Island, there's TF.
Is it look good or bad?
We don't know how good they showed a
tail popping out.
They showed a shadow. Which is actually what
in the actual original.
In the original animated. So it seems like it'll at least be that, and hopefully a bunch more if they know what's good for them.
Hey, Disney, hire some more fur fags.
Hire some more fur fags, Disney. It's not that hard. You got actually. Disney probably has enough working for them already, but just give them some breathing room.
Yeah.
Let them do their thing.
They're going to make you billions.
They're going to make you billions.
Just let furries fully do one Disney movie.
Yeah.
You're going to make $11 billion.
Yes.
You'll never stop printing money.
It's such an easy recipe and you refuse to do it. I will never understand that. And like, don't get me started on cats. I'll always come back because that didn't have enough furries working on it. Period.
No,
whether or not they were stifled, that had, I don't know,
2 furries and they got silenced after day 2.
They're like, what if we make their faces look like cats?
What if we
shut up?
What if we give them paws instead of hands?
What do you have?
How about if they have barbed penises?
How about if their furry cat arms don't end in weird hairless human hands? Could we do that? Shut up, Jimbo.
A furry artist working on cats.
That's right.
Named Jimbo.
Yep. Standing by it.
Yeah.
What else is going on in Blowout?
Travolta's, so he's very good at his job, but he works on B films because he likes the kind of the challenge of making them good. But that means he's like always constantly looking for sounds. So he's got a bunch of tapes in his apartment that are just, because like we're talking 1981, so it's like actual on tape recordings of just sounds,
not digital.
So he goes out to like a park in the at night.
Yeah, he goes out. He goes out to have an incident at Owl Creek Bridge.
Yeah, or he's the Central Park 5.
He is, yes.
So he's out in the park recording. He's got like one of those long, thin microphones for, recording at a distance. He's getting like trees rustling and the wind and an owl hooting.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple necking. And so
who then accused
rubbernecking?
Rubbernecking. Who then accused him of being a peeping Tom, even though he was there first, you bitch.
Yeah, he was there first, and he's not doing. You're the one that's essentially gargling this guy's balls, in public, and you're like, "Hey, there's a creep watching me give this guy brain."
Who was here before we got here?
Yeah,
I got so mad at that lady for yelling at him.
But he listens to their conversation.
Once again, Travolta did nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong. Can't get him. So he listens to them, kind of has a little chuckle. They leave, and then he's still listening, and he hears like a car approaching on the other side of this like pond.
Yeah.
Big, like a big pond. And you hear like a loud pop, you hear the tires screech, and then it goes flying
the
over the over the railing into the pond.
Yeah.
And he puts his stuff down, runs all the way across.
He's a fucking hero.
He's a fucking hero because he could never do anything wrong.
Yep.
Dives in the water. There's a man and a woman in the car. He saves the woman, but he can't get the man.
Yeah.
So he pulls her out. Then he's at the hospital with the police, and they are kind of asking him what's going on. He gives them all the details. He says, "I recorded it. I heard it." He's like, there were two sounds.
Yeah.
I heard a loud bang. Then I heard a pop. And then I saw them go in the water. And they're like, well, okay, well, we'll take down your statement, but yeah, we'll get back to you. And he's like, okay, but like, can I talk to the lady? And they're like, I don't know. She's pretty heavily drugged. I don't think you'll be able to talk to her. He goes, I just want to say goodbye. Goes to the bed where she is. She's wide awake. Out of the bed, wide awake, like obviously not drugged.
Walking around.
Like, or either that or she's like immune to the drugs.
Yeah.
And she...
Is that where she says, I don't have any makeup on while wearing the most mascara I've ever seen?
Yeah. Absolutely. So he just wants to check on her to make sure she's okay. And she's kind of like she's out of it.
Yeah.
Like she's loopy, but she's not drugged. Like she's not unconscious.
No.
And so he kind of just gives her like, oh, I saw what happened. I saw you and the guy go in the lake, and I told the police, and like
also like when the car thing initially happens, it's sort of like when Travolta's going to make the save, it's pretty subtle, which is nice. They don't like shove it in your face. You see a guy running across the bridge out of there.
Yeah. So as he leaves, you do see the other guy, which, I guess your eye wouldn't really catch necessarily. Like,
and it would just be like the camera moves to him or anything. Like it's just at the top of the screen. Yeah,
and we learn who it is later. Spoiler alert. So then before he leaves, like a couple of guys like suits come into his room to talk to him, and they're like, "Do you know who was in the car?" And they're like, no.
Yeah,
and
I don't know.
Like, it's one of the Kennedys. And
basically.
Yeah, kind of, right? Yeah. And they're like, he's
it's future presidential candidate.
Future president, like that guy's gonna be the next president of the United States.
Yeah.
And they're like,
yeah, but for the Democrats.
For the Democrats, I know. And they're like, what did you see, right? And he's sort of saying like, well, there was a girl in the car, and they're like, are you sure you saw a girl? Like,
I pulled her out of the car.
Yeah, but do you not realize how much this is going to hurt his political career if it comes out? So why don't you just, like, don't say anything. We'll contact you. We're going to deal with this. Yeah. And Travolta like immediately is like having none of it. He's like, no, I know what I saw.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not lying. So it's funny that like the Democrat is a scumbag. So if Travolta's willing to rat him out, then that makes him a Republican. And so the Republican is the hero of the story.
True.
Right.
True.
So,
owning the libs once again.
Owning the libs again, finally. So he goes...
and this is Reagan's America.
This is Reagan's America, yeah.
So possibly filmed in Carter's America.
It would have been 1980, maybe late 1979.
Yeah. That's Carter.
Because when you got to do the... like the old school style of editing, it does take longer than digital.
Yeah,
so
President Billy Carter and his famous beer.
Billy Beer. So he goes and who does he reveal the information to first that he has the recording?
Does he?
Because he doesn't tell the police right away.
Yeah, he talks to the cop later.
Doesn't tell her though, right?
I think he does tell her.
Does he tell her right away?
Pretty much.
Maybe, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So because they like spend a night together, sort of.
Yeah, sort of. He like is just sort of like looking out for her.
Yeah.
To make sure that she's okay. Especially because like there's so many sketchy figures around.
Yeah, because she was saying they're like gonna pay for her to go out of town for a while.
Yeah. And I think it's vaguely implied that she's a night girl. A woman who works evenings, but like not officially. Like they don't say like, oh, she's a prostitute. But she's like
a slut.
Not only is she a slut, she's a dumb slut. She might be the dumbest person that's ever lived. She's so stupid.
She's very dumb.
Like, she's a complete ditz, like Airhead.
Yeah.
So yeah, so
she has real I don't know, I'm just a girl
I'm
vibes.
just a girl. I don't know. I'm just a snap.
Nancy Allen?
Nancy Allen. So yeah, he reveals to her that he's got the audio recording of the accident, and he's telling her, I heard two noises. I heard a loud bang and then a pop.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, I don't know. I just was in the car and then we got in the river. And so there's a really, really cool scene. Again, like De Palma does this, and then also Michael Mann does this, of like using the actual real stuff.
Yeah.
Where Travolta, like, you know, threads through the recording
that was really
into
cool.
the machine, and then he's like doing the record, the rewind, the listen to it, rewind, stop.
Yeah.
Feed it back through, rewind, listen. Like, that was really cool. Like, the actual system of like, this is how the real equipment that we would edit the film together works.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So he's listening to this audio back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Oh, they're in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's asleep, and he's listening.
Yeah.
And then, but he the good part is, like, the camera kind of is very slowly pushing in on him, and then it shows the machine, then it pushes in on him a little bit, and then it shows the machine. But the sound is getting, like, a little bit louder, a little bit louder, a little bit louder, until it's, like, full volume, and you can hear the bang, pop, skid, crash in the water. Then you hear him go, oh shit,
motherfucker,
or whatever, and then he runs out, right?
Yeah, like unsurprisingly, the sound design in this movie about sound design made by a sound designer is great.
Is fucking perfect.
Yeah,
you don't miss anything.
Yeah,
like
so
everything is put in place for like a purpose. There's not just like, oh well, maybe just throw in like a duck noise or throw in like a little bit of whistling or something. Like, no, everything in the movie is like, it's put there for a purpose, like exact purpose.
I wish De Palma did sound design on like most current movie, because like there's shockingly bad sound mixing in a lot of
there is
major movies,
and there's a lot of like audio problems, like volume for speaking, and like, oh, this person's dialogue is too low. This one's
that
fine.
Shouldn't happen.
It should not happen. I don't know.
With any budget, that should not happen.
Yeah, well, I think the problem is that a lot of the budget for movies goes towards like editing and After Effects and visuals, and it doesn't,
celebrity voice actors,
and none of it goes towards like the stuff that actually makes your movie good, like set design. Anything production design, anything sound editing, sometimes a lot of music. Because like if you watch a lot of like more modern like thriller, horror, psychologically stuff, and it's just like this basic ominous music. Yeah, like there's no uniqueness or difference between like this one and that one. Yeah, it's just sort of like this low rumbling. It's like Insidious noise. It's just like a very low rumble, or like Paranormal Activity, where it's got sort of like that slow grumble that kind of builds, but then there'll be like a little bit of music over it. Yeah. You're like, yeah, everything just sounds the same. There's not a lot of like difference between them. So yeah, I mean, the sound is amazing, and I'm glad that the sound's amazing. Could you imagine if the sound was bad? This movie's about sound design, and then it's just a bunch of chicken sound effects.
That'd be a bummer.
Yeah. So yeah, so he's listening to he's got it, and he's like, okay, I have to tell someone. So then, before he can tell anybody, he goes home, and on the news, they've got a guy who said he's got video footage. Yeah. Or he's got video footage of the crash, what happened.
And he's selling stills.
He's selling stills of it to the newspapers.
To the papers. And magazines.
And magazines and stuff. And that man is played by a young Dennis Franz.
But you wouldn't know it to look at him. That he's
Dennis Franz, who went from 23 looking normal to 24 looking like Sipowicz, and all the way through.
And the rest of his life.
The rest of his life.
Yeah, I like that he has the most Chicago accent of all time. In Philadelphia, where this takes place.
Why not?
And then on NYPD Blue.
NYPD Blue. Yeah. I also thought he was very good in this. Yep. Yeah, like I thought his character was really good. So they show like or Travolta takes the magazine that the pictures have been printed in.
This was great.
And he's examining the pictures with like, a magnifying glass and like a just layers of magnification to look at the detailed stills because he's trying to see like if you can see her
in the car
with him. But when he's like going through, he sort of realizes that they've been doctored, like altered, so that you can't really see very much.
Yeah,
and there's like a still missing, or is that's when he watches the footage?
Yeah,
so he watches it. But yeah, so he's doing all the investigating of this. He's doing
literally all the work that the cops should do, but the cops basically aren't because they were told not to.
Yeah, exactly. So those guys, those suits that visit him in the hospital are obviously trying to cover everything up because they don't want it to get out that the guy who might be the next president was with another woman in a car.
But it won't be anymore because he's fucking dead.
But won't be anymore because he's fucking dead, yeah. But like, I guess that to the party,
exactly,
that's important.
It's damaging.
So they've shushed up the police. They're controlling their narrative. They're controlling the media. And then, when's the first time we see Mr. Strangler? Because it's not.
Yeah.
So Travolta contacts the editor of the newspaper or the news. It's a newspaper, right?
Yeah.
And he says, like, listen, I've got audio of the accident and I'm telling you that you're not getting the whole thing. Like, somebody's lying to you about what happened. And the guy's like, okay, but like, unless you give me proof, what can I do?
And then he's like, all right, fuck, I'll fucking do something.
Yeah, fucking.
So he takes like he compiles all the stills.
Yes.
And like enhances them as best he can with 1981 technology, and then syncs that up with his audio and like makes his own movie.
Yeah, which is crazy.
With it, which is really cool. And then takes that to the cops.
Takes that to the cops, yeah.
Yeah. And they're like, all right, fine, but
fine, but you've got it, but we can't do anything.
Yeah.
We're not allowed to do anything.
But then when the cops go to actually watch it, it's blank.
It's blank.
As are all the tapes in his like entire library.
Everything in his apartment has been wiped.
Would that be I guess like magnetized?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Well,
so like, how'd you do that so fast?
Yeah, well, it's just like one of those like high-powered magnets that you just like run past everything to clear off everything.
Yeah.
So somebody's obviously broken into his apartment and wiped everything he had completely clean.
Yeah.
So now he's got nothing. So literally...
Oh, he still has the audio.
He still has the audio.
He hid the original reel of that in his ceiling because he's been kind of paranoid about it from the start.
Yeah. Well, because he knows how high stakes it is.
Yeah.
So he needs to hide things. Yeah.
Yeah. So he still had that.
So he still had the tape, but everything else is gone.
But yeah.
And the apartment gets trashed too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's clear from his findings that the car's wheel was shot out with a gun.
Yeah. I know the first time we see him, they tow the car to the police lock-in, and then you see somebody mysterious walk in,
break in.
They look at the tire. The tire clearly has a hole entering and a hole exiting.
Yeah.
So he swaps out the tires.
That's right.
I don't think you.
I don't know if you see his face there. You probably see his face the next time.
Yeah. So somebody is obviously trying to cover up what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what it is. Yeah. So. Now, really, their only way of getting anything is they need the actual footage that Dennis Franz filmed.
Yeah,
they need the original. So he goes and talks to dumb bitch Nancy Allen and says,
and the whole time he's also kind of trying to fuck her
a little bit. Yeah, but I think it starts out innocent. Like I think it starts out with him like. Yeah. Oh, well, she's been through this traumatic event and nobody's really helping her.
Yeah.
But then it gets to the point where like, oh, like she's like kind of promiscuous.
Yeah. And the vibe is like...
I need to throw off the gay trail. So
exactly. The vibe is like, I went to the trouble of saving her life. So I might as well try to get some pussy. And like,
it's not wrong.
And if she doesn't give up the pussy, then she's kind of a bitch.
I mean, a little bit. Yeah. That's kind of implied.
I think his thinking. Oh god, what is that line I wrote down? It must have been it was the the cop was like, "Oh, sure, it's this crazy conspiracy theory. Maybe it's a couple of ayatollahs out here with blowguns." I'm like, yes,
a couple of ayatollahs.
Yeah. When he was telling the cop that it was the car was shot out, and
is that back-to-back episodes with Ayatollah references?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. As it should be. Let's see if we can keep the streak alive. But yeah, so are we on to reveals yet?
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything more. Well, yeah, because I guess is the first reveal that her boyfriend sort of is Dennis Franz.
Yeah, she's in it with Franz.
Yeah,
they're together.
They were part of a setup that was just supposed to be catching the guy with her in the car. There was no plan. He was supposed to swerve off the road and hit a tree or the railing or whatever, and then the police would come and find him in the car with her. There was no actual attempt at murder. No, I think that's what Franz said, was that it was just supposed to get him...
That's what Franz said and thought.
Yes.
And that's what the people who hired everyone thought.
Yes.
But one person thought differently.
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
So yeah, as according to Dennis Franz and Nancy Allen, was that not Nancy Allen. Nancy Allen.
Yep.
That the idea was just to have him get caught with another woman, and that would ruin his political career.
Yeah,
that was what that's what the two of them.
That's what it took to ruin a political career in 1981. Yep. Now you can pay a porn star hundreds of thousands of dollars of hush money, and she talks anyway.
Yep,
and you get to be president
again for forever.
Forever,
nonstop.
2024 to forever.
2024 till the end of time. 2027.
Yes.
3 years and then the
2024 until the end in 2027.
Yeah. So yeah, he kind of she's very easy to convince to get the footage. Like,
yes,
this is in theory her boyfriend, even though he's kind of like a scumbag and he's
definitely a scumbag
and gross.
Definitely tries to like boyfriend rape her.
Scott, first of all, number one.
I know.
Okay, so, but she's very easy because like he kind of just says like, listen, like I have proof. I have proof that this happened. You need to help me so that we can prove that like this wasn't an accident.
Yeah, and
she's kind of like, yeah, okay, like whatever.
Yeah.
So he tries to rape her. She bottles him, which is pretty rad.
Yep.
A very good overhead shot of the rape.
Yes,
it was very good.
Yeah, that's an angle I like my rape from.
Above?
Yeah.
It's cool. So she gets him the footage. He's going to cut it back together.
How do you like your rape? Bird's eye.
Bird's eye. Fish eye. Yeah, so she convinces him.
Brown eye.
He convinces her to get it. He gets the footage, and then he contacts the guy at the newspaper again. Yep. The guy at the newspaper says, yo, lay low. Yeah. I'll contact you about meeting up to get this, but we can't let
that's like the news anchor.
Oh, the news anchor. Yeah, the news anchor. Yeah, and he's like, there's too much going on. There's too many sketchy people involved. Yeah. You need to lay low, and I'll contact you.
Yeah.
Then what we see is a woman who appears to be Nancy Allen.
Yes, when this scene happened, I got very confused.
Oh yeah, because she very much from behind looked exactly like her.
I'm like, oh, did they just murder the female lead of this movie?
Female lead of the movie?
No, they murdered someone who looked like the female lead of the movie.
That was really good. I like the POV stalking stuff was really good. And you didn't know it was her or wasn't her until the end, right?
Yeah.
So somebody sneaks up behind her. Gives her the old Rottweiler.
Yeah.
Fucking kills her. Dumps her body at a construction site.
It takes out like an ice pick.
Takes out an ice pick.
And stab.
Wow. Scott, if you can't get it up, you have to hurt her. That's the catchphrase.
That's the catchphrase.
So yeah, then
it's John Lithgow, by the way.
It's John Lithgow, who he's sort of been involved in all of this in the shadows.
So Lithgow was the guy that was hired by the higher up shadowy people who don't want this guy to be president to orchestrate this.
Yeah.
And then Lithgow enlisted the services of Dennis Franz and Nancy Allen, to get incriminating pictures of the candidate. But then he seems to have a lot of autonomy in the planning here, because they were like, Lithgow, get some compromising pictures of this presidential hopeful, and he's like, cool. Or how about I murder him?
Well, I think it's implied that he is sort of a serial killer already.
Clearly,
like he's already. My assumption is that he was in the military. He saw some shit, and it really made him decide that he hates women.
Sure.
And also a presidential candidate, but mostly women. Yeah. Maybe killing the presidential candidate was a secondary thing. He was trying to kill Nancy Allen because he hates women.
Oh, I didn't think about that, but I like it.
So he kills her. Stabby, stab. Yeah. But then doesn't realize it's not her until later. When
No. He does. He knows what he's doing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because then he does it again.
Well, yeah, because he's trying to.
Yeah. So his plan. So then we hear on the news that there has been, and by the way, a term you don't hear enough anymore: a sex killing.
A sex killing.
You don't hear sex killings enough anymore.
You can't say sex anymore.
I guess not. There has been a gender killing.
Too many sensitive. One of the 18 genders has been murdered.
Yeah, we're not saying which. It could be any. It could be multiple. But
you mean it could be two?
Yeah, it could be all two.
Two spirits.
Oh, two-spirit, yeah. So it comes out on the news that this woman on this construction site has been brutally murdered and had a picture of the Liberty Bell stabbed into her. I'm like, whoa, Lithgow goes pretty hard. But what his plan is to create a fake real serial killer to cover up what is going to be his murder of
Nancy Allen, because
Nancy Allen. Yeah. So he's murdering women with curly hair. So when he eventually kills Nancy Allen, she'll just be anher victim of the Liberty Bell killer.
Full circle back to Taz, just another victim.
Just another victim. Which is a very bold way to cover up.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
A killing is with a serial killing. And then his second murder is because Travolta is going to go meet Lithgow both taps Travolta's phone and makes Travolta's phone line busy. And also
hides in underneath his apartment.
And is just hanging out in his basement like a total creep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes his line busy when the news anchor is trying to call Travolta. Yeah. And then Lithgow calls Travolta as the news anchor and says, meet me at the train station. And then he gets to the train station early.
He calls Nancy Allen and says, I've been trying to get a hold of him all day and I can't get a hold of him.
Yeah, calls Nancy Allen to meet him.
She... That's right. Obviously, Travolta, she's going to tell Travolta.
Yeah.
So I don't understand the game plan of calling her to get Travolta. Oh, no, I do. Because Travolta's heard the guy's voice, and that wouldn't be the voice.
Yes.
Because that's where he gets the reveal. Yeah, of course. Stupid.
Stupid.
Maybe you should have watched this movie for a fourth time this week, considering I watched it last week to record, and then we didn't. So I should have watched it again.
Correct. You can watch it tonight.
Maybe. So they go to the train station to meet, but Travolta's gonna bug her.
Yes.
And put a wire on her so that he can listen into the conversation.
And Travolta has not had great luck wiring people.
No.
Because the last time he did, and we skipped over it, but Travolta's past is that he wasn't a cop per se, but he worked with the cops.
He worked with the cops.
He worked with the cops on undercover stuff and wiring people.
He was like a surveillance guy.
Yeah. And he wired a cop to catch some higher up corrupt cop.
Yeah.
And but the guy wired was a fucking nervous Nelly and fucking deserved what he got.
Absolutely.
Because he sucked at his job. So they stopped. Because he was so sweaty and nervous. It was causing the bug to overheat.
Yeah.
It was like burning him.
Yeah.
So he was like, hey, let's stop at the gas station real quick. And then obviously the other guys are like completely onto it because he's not a great poker face.
Yeah.
And
Being such a little bitch.
And they follow him into the bathroom. Travolta, who's watching, they're like half a block away surveilling.
Yeah.
Travolta watches them go into the bathroom with him for 4 seconds.
Yeah.
they go out
fast enough to get a circle jerk in.
They peel out. Travolta runs in after him. The guy has somehow been hung from the bathroom stall in those 4 seconds. I'm like, damn, those guys are good.
1, 2, 3, 4. Get out of there.
Yeah.
Fast enough.
It was very efficient. I'll give him that. So yeah, not a great track record with wiring.
Bad track
for
record,
Travolta, but this one's gonna go okay.
This will be fine. Nothing bad's gonna happen. So she goes in. She's waiting.
She goes in before Lithgow meets up with her. He finds a train station prostitute.
I guess it's prominent in the 80s
with curly hair, who also kind of looks like Nancy Allen.
She's trying to fuck a soldier boy.
She's trying to fuck a sailor boy.
A sailor boy.
And
but he doesn't want to. He can't get it up.
No, he busts
too early.
Yeah, and which is a very funny scene because like first they're haggling over price.
Yeah,
but like in a way where if a policeman heard them, it wouldn't be illegal. He's like, if only I had. She's like,
if you only had $60.
If you had $60 for 60 minutes, man, you could probably a good time. He's like, damn, it's too bad I only have $20 for 20 minutes. Yeah. Eventually, they arrive at a deal and they go into a payphone booth.
P.S. I know it's code, but. Who wants to have sex with a prostitute for 20 minutes?
For an hour? How did she
for 10 minutes
lead with that?
For 10 minutes.
For 10 is too many.
You want like max 5. Maximum 5.
The sailor did it right.
Yeah.
They go into a phone booth. She starts blowing him. He busts immediately. And then she's a real bitch and tells him to grow up.
Yeah.
If you ever tell me to grow up if I bust fast, I will hit you. Are you kidding me? Anytime I bust, it is right on time.
Yep. Whether that be 30 seconds or 5 hours. Some real Sting tantric sex.
How could you? How could you come? I don't know. I was fucking.
Yeah. My cock was being jerked. What am I supposed to not?
What do you want from me? I mean, you are supposed to not.
Only if you're a dumbass dog.
Only for a dumb dog. So, yeah. And then Lithgow watches the whole thing like a creep. And then he holds up $100 for
you are underselling that fucking scene.
Okay.
They are in the first booth in the corner.
Yeah.
He's like in the last booth at the end on the open side. He watches.
Yeah.
The sailor leaves the stall.
After being told to grow up.
She sort of is like readjusting herself, and then you just hear a tapping noise. She turns. He's palmed a Benjamin on the window.
Yeah.
He's tapping on it, rapping on it with his other knuckle, and he's got this creepy ass smile on his face.
It's really good.
And she goes like, "Give me 5 minutes."
Yeah. And then he follows her.
Then he follows her in the bathroom and absolutely murders her in like the most horrific way. Like she's in the bathroom getting herself readjusted.
Yeah.
He goes to the stall next to her, gets up on the toilet, puts on his strangling gloves,
obviously,
pulls out his Rottweiler, and then she hears a noise, so he has to like, whoa, don't look up, nothing. And then she goes back to doing it. Then she hears the noise again, and he, and then he fucking gets it around her neck and lifts her off with the wire while it's wrapped around his hand, and he's holding the thing. Like, how did that not? Even though he's wearing like thick leather gloves,
you need the gloves.
That would totally fuck up your hand.
Not if you got good gloves.
But you're
bare hand would never recommend.
You're lifting up like, I don't know, she was like 110 pounds.
Sure.
You're lifting her up off the ground using a wire that's wrapped around your hand. Like it's still gonna fuck up your hand. It might not cut through it.
Yeah.
But like it's gonna like you're not gonna be able to close your hand properly a while.
You'd really feel it. Yeah. I agree.
But just kills her in like horrific fashion. Then like the camera pulls away from the stall, so you just see her feet underneath like kicking and then stopping. And then that bathroom was disgusting. There was toilet paper everywhere.
Yes.
Like somebody really like the Yellow Bandit really had a time in there.
Yeah.
So yeah, he comes out of the bathroom after just strangling a prostitute, meets her,
pretends to be the news anchor because she doesn't watch the news, I guess.
Yeah, or we've established she's dumb.
True.
But also it's the same voice that called her on the phone.
It is, but it's funny that she has no idea what the news anchor looks like. He's on TV every
Maybe
night.
she doesn't watch TV.
Oh, I don't even own a TV.
I don't even own a television. So then he says, I think we need to go somewhere else. I think we're being watched over here. We have to go this way. So Travolta's out in the car.
Let's go to the dark end of this train platform.
So Travolta's outside in his Jeep, and he hears his voice and realizes that that's not the voice of the news anchor.
Yeah, because he watches the news like an informed citizen.
So he books it into the train station, and he's listening to her wire, but there's lots of noise in there.
Yeah, tons of... Yeah.
He can't really... He's hearing little bits and pieces, which is, again, the sound is really great.
Yeah.
He can hear the turnstile thing for the subway. He can hear, some noise of, people down there, and he... so he sort of figures it out, but then he's still kind of lost in the subway.
Yeah.
Travolta is essentially... Lithgow is going to take her into, a train, tunnel and murder her.
Yeah.
But before he can, there's, a worker there.
A train man.
A black train man. And prevents him from doing that. So then he says, well, let's get on the next train. We'll go to this station or this area or whatever. Meanwhile, it's the 4th of July.
It's not the 4th of July.
I thought it was the 4th of July.
It's Liberty Day, a Philadelphia exclusive holiday.
That's fucking gay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Liberty Day.
Yeah. I don't make the rules, man.
Sounds like you make the rules.
I'm just reporting the news.
This is the news.
I'm the newsman.
Well, this is the
or
news.
John Lithgow. I'm either a newsman or a murderer. I promise you. My promise to you as a newsman or murderer is that I am one of those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you Jake Gyllenhaal in Nightcrawler?
I would love to be a Nightcrawler.
Me too. Like X-Men, where you can transport,
but
you're also German.
Just have a tail. That's really all I want.
Demon tail.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they go down to the subway station, and Travolta still can't really figure out where they are.
Yeah.
And then she says, "Oh, are we going to the fireworks? Whatever at." He's like, yeah, we'll get off at, and then Lithgow says the station.
Yeah.
So Travolta fucking runs down the stairs as fast as he can, tries to get to the train. It just pulls away before he gets there.
Good tension on that.
Yeah, which also, I want to confirm that this is the second time. Give me the thing. Did you
go to Internet Movie Database?
No, I'm actually not. Is it in Dress to Kill?
Oh, another
yes.
De Palma?
So the year before is 1980's Dress to Kill, which is also fucking great.
Yep.
And also stars Nancy Allen, vaguely as a prostitute. But there is a amazing subway, stalker attacker scene in that movie. Because you're looking down the train as it's going through the tunnels, so it's sort of reveal the killer guy, and then it goes out of view, cool. And then comes back and lines up, and then she's trying to get off, but he's also trying to get off. It's very, very good.
That's cool.
So Travolta books it out of the station, runs back upstairs to his Jeep, fucking aggressively takes off out of the parking lot, almost causes what I can only assume was not a stunt almost accident, because I think he almost got hit by that car.
Yeah, so his drive from the train station to the fireworks is one of the most insane drives I've ever seen. He's driving like he doesn't have brakes.
Yes.
Why?
I don't know. Especially once he gets to the stairs.
And especially once he gets to a crowd and is no longer on the street.
Yes, that's true. That too.
Hit the brakes, John.
No, you can't.
Why?
Too much panic.
I guess.
Only one foot works.
He's literally driving through a crowd and hoping they get out of the way.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Which honestly, if you think about it, is kind of cool, because in every other movie, it's always just it's parts like the Red Sea.
Yeah.
But this one, people barely get out of the way.
Oh no, it was definitely cool. It was just insane.
Well, so he takes off to go to where the station is, and the end station that they're getting off at is where the Liberty Day fireworks are happening.
Yep.
But it's really cool because there's POV shot from the front of the Jeep.
Yeah.
Where you're driving and he gets to like the end of the road where it's blocked off by police and he like breaks through the barricade. He does like a big circle to try and get away from them, but you're seeing everything as the front of the vehicle, which is cool.
Yep.
Then you get maybe the coolest shot in the whole fucking thing is where he drives like away from them through a promenade, and then just like through a cathedral, or like I guess maybe it's a university, maybe or college.
It looks like a very old building, like castle-esque. So it's something cathedral-y, but with a big arch that you can
and like a walkway that goes through the middle of
drive
it and
through,
stuff. And so you get this awesome,
not meant to be driven
this
through.
amazing overhead shot
so cool.
of Travolta like racing through that whole like area to get there. But then he gets to the end and then there's like just like all the people gathering to go to the fireworks and he just like can't stop.
Yeah.
And so he like swerves and crashes into some building.
Kills 12 people,
whatever. Passes out. And then they put him into an ambulance. Don't even arrest him. They don't even handcuff him to the bed.
He was too handsome to be arrested.
I mean, it's fair. You don't put handsome people in jail.
Nobody puts handsome in a corner.
No puts handsome in a corner. No. So, so he crashes. They arrest him, and then he's been passed out for like a few hours because it was daylight when he got there, and now it's nighttime.
Dork.
But like, okay,
what was Lithgow doing?
I guess maybe his injuries weren't as severe.
Yeah.
But, like, you're just going to, like, put him in the back of the ambulance and sit the ambulance there and nothing's going to happen
for a while,
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, the amount of time it took him to drive, crash, and pass out was the same amount of time it took them to take the subway from that station to the end.
Yeah.
So, like, it's a 3-hour subway ride.
They took the scenic subway route, yeah.
They took the L when they meant to take the R. The hard R train?
Yeah. Man, that's got to be tough if you're Asian.
Oh.
How would you know what train to take?
Fui wee wee? I don't know. So, they come out of the train, and Lithgow is sort of like escorting her. Yeah. And then they get to like the water, and he says like, where's the tape? Where's the footage? She's like, oh, I've got it right here. And he goes, oh, is it 8mm or is it like 16 or like what is it? Like what because the ones at the station, I got to make sure that I can edit it together at the station. Yeah. And so she gives it to him and he goes and he looks and he goes, perfect. And then just like whoop, yeet, in the words of Jackie Lee, he yeets it into the ocean.
Absolutely.
Or the river, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, the river. Yeets it into the river. And she's like really like excuse me, sir, we needed that. But then it becomes very obvious that now like she's in danger.
Like, I get it.
Oh,
you're bad.
You're going to kill me.
Yes.
So so then they
carve the Liberty Bell into my tummy.
Yes.
With an ice pick.
He grabs her and drags her sort of like up a flight of bleachers to like this lookout area,
something roofish.
But like,
lookout.
What's it for if there's nobody up there? Like, you can see the fireworks perfectly.
It's a great. Everyone should have been there.
Yeah,
great view.
Why is it empty?
Don't know.
It had stairs.
It had stairs.
It had seats.
It had access. It had the view. It had everything.
I don't know. I feel like this is just I feel like that was built for a Brian De Palma movie.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah. So Travolta wakes up in the ambulance and he gets out and he just like starts panicking because he doesn't know where she is.
Where's that dumb girl?
He runs through the crowd. He's like smashing into people. Yeah. And then he hears her yelling.
His keen ear
hears her screaming.
Yeah.
And then he runs to the crowd, sees her that she's up there. Lithgow's now puts the Rottweiler around her. Yeah. And gets her. Or I think does he just sleeper hold her?
Yeah, I don't know if he has the wire.
Yeah, I think he just like puts her in a sleeper hold. Yeah. Gets her to the ground. And then gives her the old here's my ice pick. And I'm going to get you. Yeah. And then Travolta like runs all the way up the stairs. Yeah. All the way around to this open area. And the time it takes him to get it out, get it over his head, and then makes him stab himself like 30 times.
So many times.
Which after the first time, you can stop them from stabbing yourself. I don't know if you're aware of that. But if you're holding the weapon with both your hands and another person uses one hand to force your hands down into your own stomach, you can stop after the first one.
But what if I'm distracted by how handsome he is?
That is true. Although he's behind me.
True,
and
but
I don't feel like Travolta's been behind a lot of men.
That's perhaps fair.
So yeah, he stabs and kills him, and then Nancy Allen also dies.
Yeah. So proving the theory that if Travolta wires you up, you will get murdered.
You will get murdered. So yeah, then like the reveal of everything happens. Like I guess yeah. There's no more footage, but the bad guy's been killed.
Yeah,
she's dead.
She's dead.
But so then the last thing we see is they're re-editing that original horror movie.
It's so good.
It's
the ending is so good.
Yeah, and
I didn't think about it. I didn't see it coming. But it's brilliant.
It's amazing. It's so good.
It's so
the
smart.
most authentic thing you would ever get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he still has the wire recording of her and has been
whole thing.
And has been like listening to it in his apartment and stuff.
Making himself go insane.
Because
he couldn't save her.
Yeah. And then then it ends they're back
editing that original movie at the start of the movie.
Yeah. And they play it, and it's this like authentic blood-curdling scream because it's fucking Nancy Allen getting murdered by Lithgow. The other guy doesn't know it. He's like, "Damn, good scream, buddy." And Travolta's like,
I'm gonna drink myself to death."
It's such a good ending.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. This is a pretty sick 1980s Brian De Palma movie.
Is it one of the best movies you've ever seen?
It's really good. Like I've seen a lot of good movies.
I've seen a lot of good movies too, but I think it's one of the best movies I've ever seen.
It's awesome. Yeah. Like I love it for sure.
Yeah, one of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. That and Soul Plane. Take that for what it is.
Yeah, like I don't think I'd put it in my top 10 or anything, but it's awesome. And I would watch it again after having watched it very recently.
Yep. I don't know how many times I've seen it, but it's a lot. It's actually only like 3 times, I think.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
For if you're a baby.
If you're a baby. Who doesn't like movies?
You're not a baby, are you?
I'm not a baby. You're not a gay baby, are you?
A gaby.
A gaby.
So, as per the rules of The Worst Year of Our Lives, so what brought us here? Brian De Palma brought us here.
Yep.
From Bonfire of the Vanities.
Yep.
So, what do you think? I think next week we don't leave it up to the public.
They can't be trusted.
I think they're not to be trusted.
They can't be trusted.
So let's I don't know. Let's take an actor from this because a director brought us here. So now we go actor, director, rinse and repeat. So let's take an actor from this to get us to our next movie.
Okay.
What do we got? What is it? Nancy Allen.
Okay.
Dennis Franz. We could do NYPD Blue the movie.
Was that a real thing?
Don't know. Could have been.
I don't know. Seems like a lot of dumber things have been made.
NYPD Blue
the movie.
NYPD Blue TV movie 2019. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, Internet Movie Database? Nobody is in it? Nobody.
Okay, but is it an actual
attempted reboot of the popular 1990s TV series about police officers working at the 15th precinct in New York City?
So it's kind of a failed pilot?
It appears to be a failed pilot.
Okay.
Is
there a black guy named Sipowicz?
Because that's what it would be in 2019?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Because everything has to be ethnic.
Yeah. A black Chicago Polak.
Yeah.
Movie. I regret to inform that I don't think there's an NYPD Blue the movie.
How many seasons was it?
12.
Okay. I've seen 2 episodes.
93 to 04.
Huh.
I have also seen very little of it, but I'm sure I'd like it. I love a procedural.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
And
he's good. He's a very good actor.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
You got Franz. You got David Caruso in the first 2 seasons.
Okay. You got Mark Paul.
You got Mark Paul in later seasons. Absolutely. And of course, Arthur. Oh no, damn it, that's a character name. That's still a funny character name. James McDaniel as Arthur Fancy, lieutenant and later captain,
Nice.
seasons 1 through 8.
Nice.
Arthur Fancy. Oh, you got the good Totoro, Nick.
Nick.
Yep.
Nice.
Amy Brenneman. I like her and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all of
That's
them.
all.
And then Zach
And then
Morris,
recurring guest appearances by, is that Dean Cain?
obviously.
Dean Cain?
So sadly, no movie. So that's still on the table. So if
Okay.
anyone wants to make, but I guess we can't do it if it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So what if? Well, there's John Travolta. Obviously, we could do
Old Dogs. Wild Hogs.
Old Dogs, Wild Hogs, and Staying Alive. Those would be the choices on that.
Yeah.
Or we could do. I don't know. We like John Lithgow.
I love John Lithgow.
What if we did?
Dexter, season 4.
What if we did Dexter season 4? I would love to do Dexter season 4.
too.
Actually,
Absolutely, me too.
But what if in place? What if we stay on the murders kick?
Okay.
Didn't do Dexter season 4, but we did. Oh, I don't know. Raising Cain, 1992, I believe.
1992's Raising Cain.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good movie. I'm not quite sure that I know who directed that.
You know what? I don't remember offhand either. Let me look it up. InternetMovieDatabase.com. Let me see.
That had better be in the description.
Raising
Where we
Cain.
use the InternetMovieDatabase.com.
Raising Cain, 1992. A tight hour and 32 minutes. Oh, it's directed by Brian De Palma.
Oh.
So I guess the week after that we'll do a... I guess another Brian De Palma. I guess our 4th straight Brian De Palma movie. Oh, well, I guess that's the deal. Bye.